Daddy Nostalgia, take one.
This is P.M. Turner, and I am cinematically diseased. I'm an aspiring film historian and self-appointed torchbearer of the golden era of Hollywood. For a long time, my number one favorite movie has remained Frank Capra's 1938 Best Picture winner, You Can't Take It With You. So what has P.M. Turner become? Because You Can't Take It With You has finally been dethroned. And the movie that has replaced it is neither classic nor Hollywood. And you're going to hear all about it as I launch the newest aspect of old hat cinema, live reviews. Tonight I'm talking about an obscure little French production called Daddy Nostalgia, released in September of 1990. The film stars Dirk Bogarde, Jane Birkin, and Odette Laure. It's the story of a half-English, half-French screenwriter who visits her parents on the Riviera after her father's heart surgery. Once there, she begins to connect with him in a way she never did before, as each member of the family tries to cope with his imminent death. This thoughtful drama was directed by Bertrand Tavernier. Now let me talk about some of the acting briefly. Bogarde's performance is flawless. A gentleman, yet still somewhat self-absorbed, cynical but tender, depressed but not without a sense of humor, in pain but possessing the courage to go on. Bogarde apparently came out of semi-retirement to make this film, which was, appropriately enough, his cinematic swan song. Odette Laure is also excellent, as his bitter wife who attempts to hold on to some semblance of normalcy. But it was Birkin's portrayal of Carolyn Russell, with her frustrations both literary and familial, that really resonated with me. The combo of French and English that the characters use to speak to each other adds to the sense of uniqueness. This is a wonderful, touching, and unspeakably sad story that I personally found so relatable, it was almost painful. A quietly affecting tale of three people who just can't quite seem to clear the air and truly communicate as the end approaches for one of them. The dialogue is beautifully written, with many memorable lines, sentimental moments, and a touch of whiskey, whimsy. The movie was released in the UK under the equally fitting title, These Foolish Things, a song which serves as the film's theme. I listened to a few different versions of it on YouTube, and personally speaking, the Nat King Cole version I found most satisfying. So I recommend that one. As I mentioned earlier, it seems to be a rather obscure little film, which never got a Blu-ray or high-definition release, which is very unfortunate because it's a gem that deserves greater appreciation. If you're interested in watching it, there is a full-length version of it posted on YouTube, which I checked out earlier this evening, but it unfortunately does not have English subtitles for the parts spoken in French. So I would look for it elsewhere, unless you're up on your French. This is P.M. Turner of Old Hat Cinema. Over and out.
A cigarette that bears a lipstick's traces.
An airline ticket to romantic places.
Oh, how the ghost of you clings.
These foolish things
Remind me of you. A tinkling piano in the next apartment.
Those stumbling words that told you how my heart felt.
A fairground's painted swings.
These foolish things remind me